Hi, this is Christina Wang, Kaila Esteves, and Casey Osborne, and this is our introductory video for the Floating Oral Project, or FOA. The objective of our FOA is to analyze how fear is used in political persuasion and see what kind of patterns in this language appears. Every day, persuasion is used to coax a specific group of audience to lean towards a certain side. Social media is riddled with advertisements that attempt to entice people to buy perhaps a diet pill or try out a new gadget. It's undebatable. Persuasion is always being used, whether it's directed towards ourselves or we are the ones using it. As the use of media increases, large companies, politicians, and more are open to an easier and more direct way to their audience. With new ways of approaching possible customers and supporters, the complexity of persuasion techniques also increases, and more subtle and effective ways of persuasion are developed. But what is persuasion? As described by Aristotle's On Rhetoric, persuasion, or rhetoric, is defined as the ability to see what is possibly persuasive in every given case. The study of language is built upon two main questions: what is being said and how is it being said? Rhetoric looks primarily at how a certain argument is being pushed forward, or backwards, depending on what the individual is arguing. Aristotle breaks down the art of rhetoric into three categories: ethos, pathos, and logos. While ethos is related on building an argument through trust, logos is based on building an argument through logic. Today we will be focusing on the third category, pathos.
Pathos, or emotional appeal, means to persuade a certain audience by appealing to their emotion. Now, pathos can be developed by using meaningful language, emotional tone, emotion-evoking examples, stories of emotional events, and implied meanings. Emotions such as guilt, anger, passion, fear, sadness, among others, are typically used in pathos. Now, the emotion that we will be directly targeting and analyzing for this presentation is fear. Fear is an emotion that is triggered by a perceived threat and is typically responded with a flight or fight response. We have all faced fear in our lives, whether it was our parents warning us that if we didn't brush our teeth after eating a huge pile of sweets, our teeth would become brown and fall off, or the fear of failing a test, quiz, or other assignment. Advertisements played over and over again on TV tell of a horrible disease or illness that could strike your health unless a certain medication that their company is coincidentally selling is purchased and consumed.
An overlooked area where fear is greatly used in is politics. Politicians are constantly using fear to persuade their targeted audience to feel a certain way about, say, foreign policy or healthcare. Seeing as to how significantly fear affects an individual, politicians take advantage of this and use it to push their potential supporters towards what they say. Because fear causes individuals to feel unstable, people reach out for solutions. Oftentimes, politicians are aware of this and are ready to present their own. With every tactic, there are strategies, and the idea of fear appeal, or the action of deliberately arousing public fear or alarm about a particular issue, has many techniques behind it. Through fear appeal, political figures are able to persuade the audience through techniques such as repetition, exaggeration, and second person.